This one's being a pain in the ass.
Production is yet to start, and it's looking like it's going to be a tough shoot. The schedule already twice as long as Brett wanted it to be, and now even that schedule is in jeopardy. Not So Sane Entertainment is trying to make a feature film for under $2,500. But can they do it? It's starting to look more and more like it's a long shot.
So we're going to give a little bit of a status update here. I'm starting to think maybe Serial Rabbit was not the way to go. Locations are being a pain in the butt. Scheduling is being a pain in the butt. Should have probably gone with something like an After the Day or maybe a Red Day sequel that had one location, maybe two or three. After we did our scheduling, of course, the first step was getting actors to let me know, hey, are there any days that you're not available? Are there days that I should block you out? And to their credit, some people did write in and say, hey, I'm not available this week, et cetera, et cetera. And then some I didn't get any word from at all. So I just made the schedule and I sent it out. One of our scenes with Kerosene Drifters is dead set on Tuesday, July 25th. So we've got 9 days to figure that out. But they're in town from, they've got a gig apparently from the 26th to the 30th, I think. And they were available that Monday or Tuesday, but we're going with the Tuesday because we don't want them to have to come in an extra a day ahead of time. Take up as little of their schedule as possible. So that's like the only thing that was dead set in stone that we had to have that. So after I put together the first schedule and sent it out, then I started getting some, well, I can't work this day. I can't work that day. Oh, I can't come in on this day. Oh, I'm available from here to here. It's like, well, all right, so I had to go and revisit the schedule. We're in our second draft. I sent it out. Now, we did have a lot more difficulty doing the second round because we had a lot of these actors that weren't available on certain days. So that became a little bit more of an issue. And then actually two actors, unfortunately, looks like we're going to have to recast because they had originally had something set up for a particular week. And they were going to be free on, they had a shoot on a Saturday, but they'd be free on this Sunday, a particular Sunday. Well, the production that they're on extended the day, extended it to another day. So with the schedule being the way it is and as difficult as this has been to schedule, trying to work around all the actor schedules, something's got to give. Locations are the reason I hate making movies, trying to find locations. When we made Night Watchman, it was so nice because we had our studio and we built, I think, 25, 26 different locations, different sets in that one location, in that one building, that one office space. And it was a blessing. Whatever I had in my mind, we could construct and build and not have to worry about running around and trying to get locations. If I had that little 1,500 square foot space where we could do anything we wanted into it, I would be making movies constantly. I would be shooting 4 or 5 days a week, spitting out series and spitting out features. But because locations are so difficult to secure and are such a pain in the ass to try to find.
A tree! Who throws a damn tree?
They shoot, once a year. I mean, it's a shame. To find locations, I will send out my initial emails. Hey, look, this is, of course, the first thing is I look and see what we have. Okay, I've got my house. Well, what locations can we use? Okay, we got the house party. Obviously, we'll make the house party here. What about the dystopian set? Well, since they're watching TV, let's just do it in the home theater. Okay, well, the warehouse, if we can't get a warehouse, which we're still looking for, okay, well, we'll shoot in the garage. So I find out what we have and what we can use and what we have access to. I know that we've shot at the Old West Town in Sabinal. We've got a good relationship with them, so that's kind of out of the way too. Whew, got that taken care of. We're all good there. There was originally a scene at the Genomod offices, which was like corporate offices. It's like, well, if we can't get that, then we'll just have them pick them up in a car and they'll drive around, a chauffeured car. The confessional is just going to be a wooden backdrop with a little bit of a leathery or a lacy lattice type thing, and we'll keep it in close-ups. And then the Tuesday, July 25th, is the one that we got to worry about most, because that's the big location that we need, that we don't have yet. That's only 9 days away, and that's the band. That's when the band summons the werecow, and we don't have that location at all. And being a Tuesday, it's even more difficult because we've got that's supposed to be the big dance number. Well, our choreographer can't make it on that day, so we've got to figure out what to do on that. Are we going to just shoot the band on Tuesday and then shoot the dance number and sort of the summoning of the cow at a later date, and then we'll just marry the two and cut them edit-wise or green screen them or something like that? We got to figure that out. And get that location. And then the following Saturday, July 29th, is when we start having the big social media conference kind of thing. And that's all the outside stuff, all the arrivals, when all the characters arrive. And a big chunk of it is the Connie and Jacob stuff. And then a couple little things with Lilith and the rabbit at the end. Being summer, we don't have as much nighttime. It gets dark around 9 o'clock, a little bit after now, as opposed to if we were doing this in the winter, be able to get, by 7 o'clock we'd be able to shoot, maybe sometimes even 6, we'd be able to start shooting, but we can't because sun's not down yet. So that's causing some issues. So there's probably going to be a little bit of crisscross between night and day on this. Sometimes it's day, sometimes it's night. I'm just going to do the best I can to figure that out. Then a little wooded area with all the werecow being captured and everything, the interior of the social media stuff, the Old West showdown, Old West stuff, and the house party scene. Finding locations, I'll send out the emails, say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I need, can anybody help out? And fortunately, Jake's been pretty good. He found this great place that's for the opening scene, the opening rabbit kill, the first 5 minutes of the movie, and creepy old looking barn, torn down, looks great, but it is just north of Austin, which is an hour and a half away from me. But we haven't cast it yet, so if we cast it out of Austin, that'll just make it more convenient for the actors. That way we don't have to bring anybody up from San Antonio. Just find somebody in Austin and they can just run. It's just a short jump down the road for them. Otherwise, I have not, the feedback that we've gotten, hey, and I even kind of wrote it in my email, hey, yeah, we're not looking for just suggestions, we're looking for places that we have access to, whether we own it or we know somebody who has somebody. And that doesn't matter. I still get emails. Hey, have you tried the Riverwalk? Hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? It's like, well, dude, they rent it. We don't know them. Yeah, they're film friendly, but that's not what we're looking for. I'm looking for places that you have access to, or your parents have access to, or your friends have access to. Again, this would be a lot different if we were spending money on our film. We would be able to pay for rental of the locations and be able to match exactly what's in my head and go, oh, I want a really creepy old barn or a really creepy old house, and we can search around and then start knocking on doors or making phone calls, and then being able to ask, hey, how much is this going to cost? And if we can afford it, then we throw the money in. But here, as trying to do a film for $1,000, we don't have that. We don't have that money to spend on locations, so we have to rely on what we have, what our actors have, what our producers have access to. I know Jake is out there trying to do his work. Joey has recommended a couple places, but again, what we're limited to is because it's summer, because it's August, because it's San Antonio, because it's Texas, and because we have the rabbit in the suit. It's going to be hot.
Dude, get in there and cool off.
Oh, that's going to happen in there?
We're trying to find stuff that's air conditioned and close to air conditioning. So if we have to step outside for a shot, we can get Brad in the suit. He can shoot the scene. They can run back inside and chill out. I'll try and give you another update at a later point in time. But as for right now, we are still looking for many of our locations.
It's not looking good. Just a few days away from the start of production, and several locations are still eluding the team. Can they pull it together, find the sets that they need, and move into production on time? Find out on the next episode of Long Shot.